Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now before we dive into this Scream 5 update, please smash that thumbs up button on this video, as it really helps out the channel and helps other Scream fans find this update. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, what in the world are you waiting for? This is the time to do it. So click that subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure you'll be notified the moment I post all future Scream 5 and other horror movie content. Okay everyone, in this video, I'm going to discuss the recent interviews of Neve Campbell and Courteney Cox at the CCXP event in Brazil. And we're going to see what they have to say about being in a Scream film without Wes and how the cast is handling their roles in Scream 5. Let's go! So, the CCXP event in Brazil was awesome. We got to see some great cast interviews and ask questions about the movies, which I'll be making another video soon covering the new cast and what they had to say. And then the grand finale of the day was the interview with Neve Campbell and Courteney Cox. It was overall a great interview, but we did not really get any new information on the movie itself. There are a couple little clues, which I will talk about in a moment, but that's kind of to be expected because this is a Scream movie and no one is going to reveal any real specifics, especially the members of the OG3 who are veterans at doing these interviews. So wasn't expecting that, and that's fine. But having said that, there are a couple of things I thought were pretty cool and worthy of making a video to share them with you. Now the first clip I want to play for you is this segment by Neve Campbell. She was asked about her decision to come back as Sidney Prescott, and here's what she had to say.
Matt and Tyler, the new directors, I'd been unsure about doing this without Wes because he was such a genius. But, you know, they reached out to us. I had received a letter from them saying how enthusiastic they were about making this film and how honored they were and that they are directors because of these movies. And their enthusiasm was really exhilarating and certainly made me excited about jumping back on board.
So while this is not necessarily new information, I love hearing how it was not just that Radio Silence are fans of Wes and the Scream franchise, but she specifically mentions their excitement level to direct Scream 5, and that their excitement is what really made Neve get excited herself to return as Sidney for another Scream film, even though Wes Craven is no longer with us. Again, I shared this because I just find it exciting that Radio Silence did not just make Scream 5 because they got the job. Matt and Tyler are genuinely excited to be at the helm of the film because they also genuinely care about the franchise and have such honor and respect for Wes Craven and the previous 4 movies. Now, speaking of Wes, Courteney Cox had this to say.
You could really feel Wes's presence on the set. There was a lot dedicated to him. Yeah, he was honored in every way. And, you know, this is not a sequel or I don't even know how to say it, number 5. Would that be like this is a relaunch. It's a relaunch. It's not, it takes all the best stuff from Scream 1 and all of them, but it's elevated, it's new, it's fresh, it's, I think, gorier, it's scarier, I think.
So in this clip, we hear Courteney say something that David Arquette has also said recently in interviews and on one of the featurettes, which is that they could feel Wes's presence on set when they were filming the movie. I heard David say that there were times when he would get goosebumps on the set, and in certain moments the wind would blow at just the right time while they were discussing something or right in the middle of something, and he just felt Wes's energy was there when making the movie. And I think that's really cool. Now, Courteney also stated that there was a lot dedicated to Wes and that he was honored in every way as they made the movie. I really love hearing this because once again, Radio Silence could have been excited to make the movie, but once they started, you know, that was it. It was like on the job. But Courteney is revealing that that's not the case at all. The fact that Radio Silence kept their love and respect of Wes as a focal part of shooting the movie is just outstanding. There was a lot dedicated to Wes, and I love the way Courtney put it when she said he was honored in every way. So like every step of the filming process, he was honored as they made the movie. And I think that is great news to hear. And I don't know about you guys, but it just gets me even more pumped to see Scream 5. I mean, I cannot wait to see all of the Easter eggs we're going to see in this movie and ways that we'll see Wes's influence on the movie as it comes out and plays out. I just cannot wait. Well, then Courtney finishes up by giving some specifics about the movie and its tone. She says that it is a relaunch, and that takes the best things from the previous 4 films and elevates them. So basically she says that Scream 5 is a new film. It's new, it's fresh, it's gorier and scarier. And I think that's a great tagline. I really do. Those 4 ways to describe the movie, it's new, it's fresh, it's gorier, and it's scarier is a great way to do it. And remember, this is coming from one of the OG3. This is someone who has been there from the very first film. So I really believe that we can trust what she has to say. Okay, the final clip I want to play is when Neve and Courtney were both asked, what is it like working with the new cast members? Here is what they had to say.
You know, it was really sweet. They're really, really talented kids. Like, did an amazing job, and you never know, right? But they had such a reverence for these movies and knowledge of these movies and excitement of being a part of it, and such a bond between them, as we did at the beginning of this process, that it really made me feel like they've got it. Like they know what they're doing. They know how to do this, and they're going to get it right.
They were really obsessed with the original movies, and they became really close. They all lived together in this hotel, and because of COVID, they play games every night. They just care about it. They're still all such good friends, but I was really blown away by their acting and making this so real and believable. Because you can watch horror films, and sometimes not everybody's Jamie Lee Curtis. Sometimes you go, oh well, they didn't try. No, they don't take it as seriously. They took it seriously. And that's what's great. The quality is fantastic for this film.
So a couple of things I want to hit on from the interview there is first this. Neve's comments that the new cast has such a reverence for these movies, knowledge of these movies, and an excitement to be a part of it. And such a bond between them. Talking about the new cast. I love that. And it made her feel like the new cast members have got it, basically. That they know what they're doing and how to do it, and that they're going to get it right. Wow. I mean, Neve could have responded in a much different way that would have been acceptable. Like, the new cast is great. You're going to like them. That would have been totally fine, and none of us would have blinked an eye at that. But the fact that she breaks it down and describes them in this way, it really makes me feel great about what we're going to see from the new characters in this movie. And I love how she described them all having a reverence and a knowledge of the first 4 films. And again, that word excitement is used as a describing word. And we talked about that earlier with Radio Silence. So I love Neve's comments about the new cast. I think they're great, and they really give me a lot of hope and an anticipation of what we're going to see from the new cast members. And then Courtney chimes in and says how the new cast was obsessed with the original, which I think also shines some light on how much Scream 5 is going to mirror Scream 96 in a lot of ways. I think that obsession is important to how these cast members are playing their roles in relation to the parallels of Scream 1. Like Mindy being the new Randy, right? Which was her uncle. And then we see Richie wearing the same type of shirt as Billy in some of the scenes. And there are more examples, but my point is, I do believe this comment by Courtney of their obsession with Scream 1 is a clue for us to pick on, because I believe that they have been studying Scream 1 intensely to prepare for this movie. So I think we're going to see so much of a nostalgia reminder, or reminiscent feel rather, of Scream 1 as we watch the movie. Can't wait. And I also love how the new cast all stayed in the same hotel and played games together every single night. It reminds me so much of the OG cast of Scream 1. They did the exact same thing. They all stayed in the same hotel. They got together every time after they got through shooting. And look at the results we got from their performances of being close to one another. If that's any indication then we're in store for an amazing chemistry on screen between the cast members, together old and new. So I'm excited about that. And then Courtney closed up by saying that she was blown away by the acting of the new cast and how they made it so believable, and how much they took their role seriously, and that the quality is fantastic for this film. Now, there is more to their interview, but these are what I consider to be the highlights with regards to Scream 5, and what I wanted to share with all of you as we are quickly approaching January 14th. I cannot wait. All right, guys, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video, but as it is with every video I post, I want to begin a discussion with you in the comments below right now. What do you think about Neve and Courtney's comments about Scream 5 and the new cast? I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, ideas, and theories in the comments section below right now. Well, that's it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.